All right, good morning everyone. Getting everything set up here, streaming to our page, and then also reposting this to our collaborative. So get your coffee, get ready, sharing a group, there we go. Okay, cool. We're sharing to the Facebook page and the our user group. So welcome everyone. Good morning. My name is Mike. I'm the CTO and co-founder of MemberVault. And I'm really excited today because we are going to finally unveil in detail our new design that's coming out. So real quick, just to kind of go over, we're going to try to keep this pretty quick, and we want you to kind of inject feedback, any kind of comments that you have. Again, we're purposely inviting you into this process of our redesign as we go along. So yes, by all means. So we got a couple people popping on already, which is awesome. So yeah, we're just going to run through like how we got here, show you kind of like the scope of the design, because we're not redesigning like the admin and stuff. It's just the user facing stuff. So we'll get into that. And then our timeline, like what we're looking to do, when we're looking to have this out by. And then, of course, we'll get into the designs. And then we're actually announcing a pretty special offer to like celebrate all this. So, so let's get into it. Yeah, real short. I mean, those of you who haven't been with us for a while, 4 years ago, MemberVault started as just a kind of like a simple, easy to use course platform, custom for one client, and that person was actually Adrienne Dorson. If that name sounds familiar, it's because she's still with us to this day, and you'll see her crushing the Leaderboard often with Clockwork, so she's behind that. But MemberVault has changed so much over the past 4 years. It used to be just kind of a flat course platform. We didn't have gamification. We didn't have a binge it by marketplace. You couldn't even purchase things through MemberVault until like a year and a half ago. So much has changed, yet throughout this entire thing, our design has stayed pretty much the same. We've made it work. The design process has been pretty much me making things work and doing the best things that we can do. And it's been great because it's allowed us to learn so much about what you guys are doing inside of MemberVault, which is really cool. We've been able to really tweak stuff along the way. We had no idea that MemberVault was going to be where it is today. So now the reason this is so exciting is because everyone's really loved our feature set and our community and stuff like that. But the negative feedback that we always got was, well, it looks a little rough. It's a little rough around the edges. It looks like a startup. And it's true. It's all true. I never actually took that stuff personally because it's true. And we've been excited to fix that. And that's what this signifies. It's such a big deal because it's us really stepping into the platform that we become and that we want to be. So that's what... Thank you, Brittany. Yes, so this has been really cool to go ahead and do. And we wanted to do this for over a year. And this is where I have to thank our founding 100 because we got into... It's expensive to do this. It's time consuming and expensive to go through a redesign. And so it was just a little out of our reach this entire time. And with the founding 100 big promotion that we did in April, we were able to bring in the funds to do this, to funded all of this. So it's been a really cool thing to be able to do. And so I just want to thank all of our founding 100 members, like straight off the bat, because you guys made this possible. We've been able to go shopping for not just a designer, the best designer that we could find. And so from April to now, like we've been we've been pretty much looking. And I finally found it. I networked my butt off, and we finally found the best designer with the best aesthetics. He understood what we were doing, and his name is James McDonald. He's from Scotland, so he's over in the UK. So we've been playing the time difference thing, but he's just incredible, and he totally gets it. And I can't wait to show you guys the designs here. But yes, and so that's just one of those things that we've been doing. So let me share my screen here. I know I talked for 5 minutes without showing you guys. I'm such a tease. All right. So I know by email, a lot of people have seen this already, right? And so this is the new Binge-A-Buy marketplace. Now, real quick, I want to remind everybody what the scope is. I was talking to Erin yesterday, and she's like, I don't know if everyone understands exactly what's being redesigned. So just to put it out there, the redesign is going to happen in, kind of multiple steps. And this first step, and I think it's the most important, is the user-facing part of it. So the admin will stay the same. The admin will be what it always has been for now. We will eventually go through and update the admin as well. But this is the most part. So what your users see will be updated. And so that's what this is going to be. As you can see, I want to just talk about some of the aspects. We're introducing a couple new features while doing this too, because it just made sense to really lean into what this is. And so I want to talk about those things as well. But just the expectation that this is all happening inside the teaser and user, view. So anything user facing, the admin will still stay the same, which I think is good, right? It's going to give everyone a little time to get used to everything. So this won't be a radical, oh my God, everything's different when I logged in. So that's the first thing. The second thing is everything will carry over fine. Nobody has to redo their accounts or anything like that. We're going to bring over all the branding that we can. We're going to bring over everything else. It should be we're trying really hard to make this a really seamless and painless switch for everyone too. So that's number 2. Let's get into it a little bit. All right. And again, if you have questions, just go ahead and ask. I do see them over there. Kronda asked, are we going to need to change the image sizes? The image sizes, so this is, everything in here is completely responsive. So you can go ahead and, you can upload any size image. You always have been able to upload any size image. We give suggested sizes in the admin, just because we don't want people uploading little icons, and we don't want people uploading 5 billion pixel things that will just slow their entire site down. So that's how we're going to go ahead and narrow this down a little bit here too. And Carla wants to know how she can be a beta tester. So we are going to roll this out. I guess I'll go into this right now if you want to. So the timeline on this is we want this to be live by the end of this calendar year. So we're talking by this Christmas, this New Year's, which is only a couple months away. We should all be enjoying this new design. So that is going to be, what happens here. So Crown asked, I guess, suggested maybe the suggested image sizes might change. They might not. Again, we really want this to be a pretty seamless transition over to it. So we're just going to have to check this out for this. Catherine, recorded for later watching. Yes, this is being, this will live on Facebook Live. So you can go absolutely back, watch it, and comment on it, and we'll make sure we're up to date on everything as well. Cool. Yes, and we're going to, captions are going to be added as well. Tori wants to know what's going to happen with custom CSS. I think this is the last question, and then I'm going to dive in, and we'll come back. So custom CSS, we're going to try to carry over as much as possible. But again, this is something that I've been saying for quite some time in the collaborative and in our articles. I've adjusted things too to say, understand that a new design is coming. This will impact some of that custom CSS stuff. So again, we're going to be able to see what affects where. And we have a fun little rollout plan where you can start playing with this design before it's mandatory, right? And to do that, like, we're doing something kind of cool. So one of the things that we're doing is, you'll notice here, like, this is just one view. This is going to be the same view, teaser and user. A lot of you know that there's two different links. Like, oh, send this link if somebody's already a user in your system, and send this link if you want someone to sign up. And that's confusing. And the reason is we just, we kind of like, we didn't even know we were going to have public teaser content for a while. So that's all changing. And now we're going to have just one link to share with people, whether they're logged in or not, right? And it will and deal with that, accordingly. So it won't be /user and /teaser and all these. There won't be like a million links to share. It's just going to be /products and then that product. So that's going to be a way, that's where the new design is going to live, right? So you'll still be able to use your old links for a while, right, with the old design. So if you have custom CSS or you have something, custom set up there, you can go ahead and do that. And then you can start using /products, which will be the new link. Moving forward, you can start that, and that will be the next. So you'll have time to play with this to make that it's going to work, to make sure nothing breaks. We really don't want this to be like a overnight, all your stuff's broken or anything like that. So, yes, let's dig into this a little bit because this is really exciting. I've been dying to share this for quite some time now. Yes, so let's go in. So we're using Jacqueline here for our we've had a couple different dummy accounts, but we just want to show it with like real content in there, and I think these are products that are actually in Jacqueline's account too, which is pretty cool. So the first thing you'll notice is that the logo is no longer jammed off into the sidebar, which is really a good thing. I always thought it was weird that the logo was over there, but we just didn't have the design sense to go ahead and move it over. So now there's going to be a full-length, like, horizontal title bar here, and you have the logo right in the middle. And what's great about this is it's going to accommodate kind of square, chunkier logos or wider logos. So I know the whole logo thing is a big deal. So you're going to be able to have a lot more control over the logo and how things look there. Then, of course, we have the search is a lot more prominent here. So we have the search here, and that will search the entire account, products they have access to or could have access to. We have this notifications thing too, and this is something that we're not going to roll out immediately with it, but as people earn things or get like notifications or unlock bonuses, this is going to start showing up here, right? So there's like this notification center that's going to be more prominent moving on. And then of course there's the profile section here. Now we all know what these products are, right? So available products, this kind of is what it is. You'll notice that we don't have that sidebar by default. And that's intentional, right? We wanted this to be really clean. We worked with James, our designer, so much to go back and forth. And our big thing that we kept saying was like, we want this to be clean and sexy out of the box, but we don't want to take away people's ability to brand their account or customize things, right? And that's hard balance to find, but I think we found it really well. So one of the things that so the sidebar is hidden by default now, and you can pull it out. I'll show you what that looks like in a second here. And what that does is it leaves a lot more room for the products. So you know we have a 4x4 grid. Again, as the size of the screen changes, how many products per row will change too. We're going to give you the ability to do like full width if you want that. I know Ali Bjork had the big super fun full column view, and you can do that too. So we're going to allow you to do all that kind of stuff as well. The big thing here, the big feature that we're releasing, so one of the pieces of feedback that we always got from people was that they came into your MemberVault account, they came into your teaser, your marketplace, and they were confused because all they saw were products. And what people were doing is they were creating a product that said start here, and then people would have to drill into that product to just have a little welcome message. And of course, that's goofy. Anytime we see something like that, we want to change it because we want this to be a little bit better. So enter the new welcome module. Big section up here is brand new. So this is going to be something that you'll be set in your own admin, where you can do a title, you can do a blurb, you can have some call out buttons, and this can be an image or a video. So I know some people have like a little welcome video to like walk them through things, right? So, and that's it. It's flat. No modules or lessons or anything like that. So it's just, we call it the welcome module, right? So this is just going to be something that you can optionally put in your account that makes it welcomes new people to say, check this out. And I think that's going to be huge in helping people get started, right? We want to reduce that friction. And of course, it looks great too. And one of the things that we wanted to make sure that we did was make sure that that's easy to hide as well. Because once you welcome somebody, you don't need that over and over again. So you'll see there's that little tab here. You can easily roll this up and pull down at any time if you want to see it. And so this is what it'll look like when it's rolled up. Let me make so really clean, great. You can pull this down if you want to, go ahead and like look at this again, but you don't have to, right? So this is really, really good. It's going to save a lot of screen real estate and confusion along the way. And again, so you can always click on that, and it's going to remember. MemberVault's going to remember what state this was in. So once they collapse it, it'll stay collapsed until they pull it back open again. And of course, all new users, it'll be open by default. So we can play with this. This is one of those things we're going to see how it works in the wild. But I think it's a really, really good idea. So Tori asks, does it minimize automatically for return visitors, or do they have to do it manually? That's something, again, we're going to play with, right? By default, I think out of the gate, I think what we're going to do is it's open until you close it. And when you close it, it will remember that you closed it, and it'll do that. And this is for logged in users too, right? People that are public, like not logged in, it can't remember, really what they've done here. So, but that's going to, I think it's going to really help. It's going to make it really obvious. If we find that people are getting annoyed by it and they're not closing it, we can do something where like, oh, their first visit, it's open, and then we automatically close it. We'll play with that. We'll figure it out. But the actual design of this, I think, works really well. So great. So that's been the first big thing that we're doing here. Now, you might say, where is that sidebar? Where? Oh, no, it's not in this view. As you see, we're playing around in the design view here. So let me digging around here. Oh, okay, here we go. So now in that sidebar, right, and this is kind of global throughout the site. So as people are clicking around and doing stuff, that sidebar, that left sidebar, like isn't persistent. Like it has to be now because that's where the logo and some generic things are. But now that we've moved that to the header, the sidebar can be something that we can optionally pull out. And so that's what we're doing here. So, and we're giving you another branding opportunity too. So now the sidebar you can optionally put like a header here. So you can put your own little header image here. And this is that sidebar that pulls out, that shows you like what products that you have. And you can do this anywhere in the system. So as you're cruising around going through lessons, you can always pull that out and say, oh, cool, check this out. Like I can, jump around through there. But it's not taking up that side of the screen permanently. We really, really wanted to make sure the focus was on the content, and we're just keeping it that way. So yeah, we'll see more of this sidebar. Of course, you can expand these out and check these out as well. So we're getting some just great. I love all the comments. Thank you guys for popping in here and commenting, and that everyone is so excited about this. This is really, again, I can't even tell you. We've been so excited about this and going through this process. So cool. Everyone's happy that the sidebar is being tucked away. The welcome module is great. So perfect. I love it. This is great feedback so far. Thank you. And let's see. Let's go back to our final designs. And there's the final designs, but stuff. And we wanted to do this live now while we still have some time with James, the designer, to make sure that we can tweak things if needed. Okay. So Penelope asked when this is rolling out. I said it in the beginning. I'll say it again at the end, but I'll say it right now too. By the end of this year, so the end of this December, aka next month, this will be live. So everyone can roll into 2020 excited about this because this is going to be live. Everyone's going to get this for Christmas, pretty much. And again, unless anything major happens, which we don't foresee. So this is great. So I wanted to show you a little bit behind this kind of stuff too. So like the leaderboard, this is something that the whole gamification thing, people love the leaderboard, and we've taken the opportunity to add some not just sexiness into here, but also to add a little bit more functionality as well. So of course you can hide the leaderboard if you want to, if you don't want your people to feel like they're competing. But if you do, you can go ahead and leave that on. And what we've done is, I should say what James has done, is made this a lot more friendly. So now when you click on the leaderboard, you can see the number one top engager has like a little celebration thing going on here, and then all the follow-up people. We also have, if you notice up here, one of the things that can be challenging for MemberVault users in the leaderboard is the whole a new user going up against people of all time. That can be really tough, especially for these MemberVault accounts that have been going for a while. So now we can go ahead and we can look at okay, leaderboard over the past 7 days, on the past 30 days, and therefore people that were really active a year ago aren't going to show up on the recent ones. So this is just kind of just some fun stuff to talk about here. And it's the same thing with, we look at here your engagement points that you have earned. Again, nothing has changed really here except for it looks quite a bit better. So I have a couple questions. I want to go ahead and answer those. All right. It's like 7 a.m. here, so more coffee. Will available product sections still be random in terms of the size of each product block, or will we be able to choose a regular grid? Okay. Jason, I think, well, yeah, you can always... We're always going to flex it, right? So content can't be, there's never going to be a fixed height for things, and really a fixed width for that matter, right? So the web is really responsive because we don't know what size device someone's going to be on, which means that you have this block of text here. It might take up this much space on a big screen, but it might take up this much space on a small screen. And so the height will always be flexible. But as far as this being mosaicked view, I think that's what you're talking about. It's not so much random. We're going to allow you to select the order in which these things show up. And I think that's been one of the struggles with the current map design is we have the column view going on, but we're allowing your browser to decide what goes in each column. That's going to change. It's going to really honor the order on which you want to put these things in there. So it's not random at all. It's the order that you want, but I believe that this is going to try to make everything fit in a lot better. So this is just something that we'll play with in designing code, and we'll just have to see how it looks with different size things as well, because I know everyone's got different size images, everyone's got different size intro text and stuff like that. So we'll have to check this out. And if you want to ask, do you have the ability to add an overlay onto the color of the background? Oh, this here, I think you mean. Actually, yes. So that's going to be, you can do a solid color, or you can do an image. I think we had one where we had, I don't think it made it to the final round here, but we did have a version of this design where it was a background image. Now, the only thing that I'm going to say, Fiona, is that you have to be careful when you're playing with background images because you have all this text over it. So, for instance, if all this text is white and you go ahead and upload a really white background image, it's going to wash everything out. We're doing our best to make sure that that doesn't happen, but, we'll check this out. Well, we'll have to see how things are going. A lot of this stuff we just have to see how it plays out in the wild. And this is where it's have this kind of feedback. So great. So this is all the marketplace, right? This is all what your users are seeing when they first come to your account. And so again, this is great. If someone's not logged in, this section here will turn into a login section, so they can log in straight from here. They don't have to go back like a login page or anything like that. So everything will be right here. Tori's asking, will be adding product categories? Yes, but not for this update, right? We draw a line in the sand somewhere here. And that's where this is. So basically all new features are being held off until this is live, and then we will go ahead and pick up the ball again and say, great, we want to add product categories, we're adding contracts, we're adding all these really exciting features. But we have to get this up there first, because we don't want to have to maintain two different code bases and designs and stuff like that. So cool, great. So let's dive in a little bit further. I think everyone's got, Kronda asked for mobile views. Yes, we have mobile views. There's a whole folder for that. In fact, I guess we can pop into mobile right now. So if you want to see what this looks like. So here is the mobile view. Again, it looks a lot cleaner. We've really cleaned this up. For mobile, yay, you can see the logo in mobile now, so without having to expand the sidebar. So things are really, really great here. So we still have this welcome module that can still collapse over. As you see, it kind of pulls down over the the products there. And again, we just went back and forth with James quite a bit, and this feels like it's going to be just a really nice feel to it. If someone's on mobile, they're used to like pulling stuff down and scrolling through stuff like that. So all that is happening here in this welcome module. Then of course you can close that. Same rules apply as far as like what's going to happen there. Let's see, final design. Actually, I haven't looked too much at these lately. Okay, so here it is collapsed. So once it's collapsed, you can go ahead and see the products. Of course, we have percent complete now on the products. I don't think we had that. We don't have that currently, but that's something we're going to do so people know how far into products that they are as well. And then, of course, footer. So now you're going to be able to customize this footer quite a bit more as well. So we're going to allow you to add your social links, so like Twitter, YouTube, Instagram. Basically, we saw people were using MemberVault as not so much a website replacement, but certainly at that level of importance. As far as public view is concerned, and so we're pulling that all in and making that just a lot better here. Yay, cool. People are at the percent complete. Kronda said we're going to make so much money. You are. Yeah, because this is great. And we looked at all the other platforms that are out there that are doing this kind of stuff, and just nobody's doing it like this, and I'm so excited that we are. So, mobile looks fantastic. That's been one of the biggest opportunities for improvement is our mobile experience, and I'm really happy to say that it's going to be amazing. And then here's a profile pop over. Everything's just going to work a whole lot better in mobile here, and we can do mobile lesson view, but I'll do that later. I want to pop back to what it looks like inside the products. All right. And of course, I'm trying really hard not to blow everyone's mind or say too much. So let me know if I need to slow down. I get excited. Okay. So once you are in a product, so this is something where now once you're in a product and you say, cool, I'm checking this out. We can, this is the view of the actual product. So again, without this sidebar, without that left sidebar, there's just so much more real estate for the main content, and that's one of the pieces of negative feedback that we got, was that people felt like their content, their main content, was like restricted to a right, and so that's not going to happen anymore. So this is really awesome that this is going to be what this like. Another great thing is now inside of this product view, of course, you still have your modules here, right, as you always did, and it shows you how many lessons. But if you look at this little icon here, you can expand this and you can jump right to the lessons inside of it too. So you'll be able to jump right to a lesson if you want to. I know that's something that's been on people's wish list for a while, is can I jump right to a lesson inside of here? Yeah, I'm so glad everyone is excited about losing the sidebar. That's one of the things that we really worried about. I'm so attached to it, but I look so much better without it there. So anyway, here are these modules. Here's the main content area. And of course, it's a lot cleaner and more obvious of a breadcrumb trail through here too. So people will be able to kind of get back through here. And remember, even at this point here, if you're inside of you can click on the sidebar and pull out the sidebar and jump to a whole nother product if you want. Or you can click back on home and jump to a product like that. There's just going to be multiple ways to do something that's like really obvious and easy for the user. So so this is the module view. So many improvements here. So Sarah asks, how does this affect instances where the name of the first lesson is the same as the module name to automatically open? Well, good question, Sarah. This is actually not the lesson view, right? This is the actual product view. So, this is the actual product landing page. So, nothing automatically opens at this point. So, you would still have modules. The difference is when you clicked into this module, it would go right to lesson 1. So, yes, maybe there's something obvious that we'll do where, we just won't show the lesson inside of here because it's a little goofy to have a module with one lesson, but that's basically how that's going to work anyway, right? You still have multiple modules. There's no automatic opening of modules. So, so that's a good question. And I know a lot of users are doing that, ourselves included, where we have just one lesson in a module. So probably what we'll do is we'll just hide this thing here. And when you click on View Module, it'll just jump straight to the lesson. So, good question. And that's just something that we're going to have to play with, when we get it, when we're building it, right? So there's a lot of flexibility, and we're on purpose, right? And they have a name for it. It's agile, or it's agile development. We're definitely going to be playing with this as building it. But that's a really good question, and that's something that I've already thought about. So, all right, let's see. So that's the module view. Now let's get inside of an actual lesson. So now, again, inside of the lesson, same rough layout, right? But of course, we have a really way to pop back here now too. And of course, the breadcrumb will do that as well. And again, just to have this much real estate for the actual main lesson content is really exciting. James did a lot of great work on layout and spacing and how this all looks too. Your custom fonts will still work. So if you have put custom fonts in there, they will still work as they do. But again, this is what it'll be by default. And I think that's one of the big things that we want to drive home is by default, we want to make this look gorgeous and then allow you to override and customize as much as possible. And so that's something that, that's our mantra throughout this entire design process. We're what looks great out of the box and how can we still give our users the ability to customize anything possible, right? And so that's what we've been really going for. So in the lesson view, I really want to talk about the sidebar here because this is really exciting. So when you're in a lesson, one of the pain points is jumping around back and forth and stuff like that, and there's just too many clicks. Too many clicks is I feel like I had that tattooed on my arm, and it's true, right? And that's what happens when you have it that doesn't really lend itself well to what's happening here. So so anyway, here in the lesson view, we're inside of a lesson now, and of course we can see the module that we're inside of and how much % complete. It's really, really cool. And you can go ahead and this is your lesson views now, right? So here's the lessons, how to get through them. You can easily see which ones are marked off as complete and then which one is active here. Now, the cool thing I want to show here is the ability to jump to another module. We went through so many different renditions of this because we didn't want to show all the modules, but we wanted it to be easy to jump back and forth between modules. And so now this drop down here, so you can jump to another module just from there. Of course, you can always pull out the sidebar and do that too. But you're going to be able to jump to another module straight from here. So even if you're deep in a lesson, you're able to just click on this drop down and say, hey, I want to go to this other module, and then you can hop right over to there. So some really cool stuff. Questions here. Do we get to choose typography? Yeah, so custom fonts, I know I dropped that and everyone's like, wait, what? Basically, that's just a custom CSS thing. If you want, you can go ahead and search our knowledge base and just type in fonts. There's an article that shows you exactly how to put your own fonts in there. Again, with all these custom CSS things, I'm just always going to put a huge warning flag of like, do this at your own risk and realize that you're overriding the defaults. And we have very intentionally chosen these fonts because they're legible and they work well, and especially people dealing with multilingual. Not all fonts support all characters, and there's a whole bunch of technical things there. So yes, if you want to go ahead and play around with the font, you absolutely can. We're never going to stop you on that. But just a big underscore of like, be careful. Cool. So so this is great. So be able to pop through all these kind of things. And again, at any point they can pull down this like welcome module. At any point they can search. At any point they can pull in the sidebar. So things just are going to be a lot easier. But the focus is still on that main content. So it's just really, really cool. I can't tell you how excited we are for this too. What font is the body? Kronda asks. I have no idea. I'll have to ask James. Remember, I'm a developer, and I know what looks good and what looks ugly, and that's about as far as I go. So we'll see. I don't know. I know right now we're using system fonts, which is actually really good, and we're probably going to want to stick with that. So whatever sans serif that is by default. So if you're on Android, it'll be slightly different font than if you're on Mac, than if you're on Windows, and that's good because it's using whatever the system wants to use. But we can go ahead and we'll tweak that if need be. Oh, right. Oh my God, how did I so here's the last thing that I think I want to showcase, and that is how the payment looks. So one of the things that people have always kind of had an issue with, Aaron included, is how to look the payment, what's optimized for conversions, right? And so currently we know that like the payment form is at the bottom of the teaser lesson here. Well, now you can go ahead and do that, and you have like, we're inside of a product here, and then when you click on the buy button, what's going to happen now is the form is going to pull in from the side and overlay on the page, and it just cleans up this thing so well. And so they can go ahead and, all these look the same, right? You can still have your payment options. You still have the ability to do PayPal or credit card. You can still add coupon codes. They still have to agree to the terms. But as you see, this layout looks a lot better and a lot cleaner. And like Kronda said, you're going to make more money because it just looks so much better now. And I think it's going to really improve the experience of what it's like for someone to buy a product on MemberVault. So right now it works, no doubt, but it's a little clunky looking. And so this is going to polish it up just a little bit more, because when someone's putting in their credit card number or linking to their PayPal, this is like the most important to go ahead and do this. So we're going to let you customize this kind of stuff up here to kind of get some last minute stuff into there. But yeah, so this will be great. Lindsay, genius. Yep, Thrivecart integration. Yeah, we're actually working on that as well. So, but again, remember, any purchasing, making purchases through MemberVault means that we'll be able to do more tracking on it. You'll be able to do built-in affiliate commissions on it. There's a lot of benefits to getting that. And the other great thing about using MemberVault for your payments is that people get instant access. So remember, if somebody's checking out on MemberVault and they say, hey, I want to buy this, and they click pay, the next screen is great. Open it. And they don't have to wait for an email. They don't have to wait for any kind of automations to run. They get instant access and pop in there. So there's a lot of benefits, which is why we're making this look as good as possible. Okay, so someone else asked, when are these changes going to be live? So yes, these changes will be live at the end of this year. So it's November now. At the end of next month, these will be live. So the wheels are already turning. We're wrapping up these designs now, making some last minute tweaks. We're already starting the development process for this as well. So yeah, we're going to be running into we're going to be running into the end of this year with this new design. So everyone's getting this. My joke is everyone's getting this for Christmas. Santa's delivering a new MemberVault design for everybody. Cool. So yeah, those are just some great. As you see, we've overhauled everything for like the user view, but it still very much looks like MemberVault, and it still looks like MemberVault. It still is going to be familiar to everyone. It's just a better polished version of it there. So we had a few questions here. I've been away for a while. Any chance an integrated blog? Great question, Eric. We don't have a blogger form integrated yet. That's something that, as we roll into this new design, one of the reasons that we're doing this is that opens up a lot more doors for us. Our old design was starting to become a hindrance and keeping things siloed out. So I mentioned it earlier on this podcast or this live as well, that once we go ahead and like this design lands and everything is good, and we will no doubt need to make some kind of like small tweaks. After that happens, we're going to go ahead and look at like, great, what new features do we want to add? There's a lot of features on the table, right? So there's the ability to like categorize products into like folders pretty much. There's a feature that we're releasing, which contracts, like allowing people to sign contracts before they buy or sign up for something. That's already in motion. There's a lot of really cool features that we have. And integrated forum and blog is one of the things that we've been circling as well. So again, we'll go ahead and probably have a vote and talk about it at that point too. So, but we have to get that going first. Sarah's asking, how will sales page look? Did I miss that screenshot? Again, remember, Sarah, that the sales page is nothing more than the product page, right? So that's this, right? So they're still able to look at, right? They're still able to see all the modules that are locked, right? I don't think that there's a design here that shows you what the modules look like when they're locked, but it's very much like what we currently have here. And again, so instead of the form being just like floating on the bottom, there'll be like a button which will pull this out, right? And that's where they can go ahead and buy. So this is the sales page. The sales page is the product page. That hasn't changed. We're not doing some big, long sales page builder thing just yet. So yeah, if you want some kind of like crazy big thing, but I think that with this new layout and all of this new real estate, I think you're going to be able to build much better sales pages, right? So again, we'll have to see, right? We're in designer land right now where everything fits perfectly and everything looks good, and we pulled in some real content here. But it's only when we start releasing this into the wild and start seeing how it plays will we really be able to see what needs to happen next, right? So, great question. Let's do. Okay, so people are saying, are there pricing changes coming up? Laura, I don't know if you mean pricing for us, for MemberVault, or pricing changes for your users. We're not changing our pricing at all. One of the things they do want to have a new lifetime deal that we're adding some bonuses to until the end of this year to kind of celebrate this whole thing. I'll talk about that in a second here. But no, our pricing is staying the same. We're not raising our prices at all here. So everything's staying the same. I don't know if you meant pricing options for your user. Paula asks if she's behind on new updates or products. Should she work feverishly to get those up so they're ready to go live? Oh, look at that. I can do this. I didn't even realize that. That's fun. No, you don't need to do anything. Paula, that's the great thing about this is even if you started your MemberVault account 3 years ago and haven't done anything with it, you can log back in and it'll look just as good. Again, there's going to be some blank spots there. But yes, everything will move over perfectly, right? So there's no issues there. Oh, Ginger asked, will you guys ever do something like the founding members thing again? Yeah, Ginger, good question. So, I mean, again, it's a great lead-in for what I'm going to talk about. So, Aaron's going to be sending out an email about this as well. And some of you might have already seen in our marketplace, right? You might have seen this special offer. So, this is one of the things that we're doing here is we're offering a new lifetime deal. And this new lifetime deal, the original Founding 100, they got an accelerator, they got unlimited users, things like that. What this lifetime deal is, it's basically a Pro Plus, so 250,000 user, which is pretty huge, right? We currently don't even have anybody that has that large of a list, or I think we have one or two people, but like it's very rare. And that lifetime for MemberVault. So it's 2,000 or 4 payments of 500, or we even did an option where it's 12 payments of 175, and lifetime deal. And we're also getting a couple of bonuses that are going away at the end of this year. So one of them is the Action Intensive. So that's something that's going to stay with it. Basically, you're going to get a call with Katrina to go ahead and like dig into, we're calling it the Fast Action Intensive. So you actually get a one-on-one call with Katrina where you guys can share screen and like really nail down what's going on, and she can share like the best ways to utilize it, to utilize your account and binge and buy. It's great. One of the things that's going away is by the end of the year, anyone who buys Lifetime is also going to get the data decode with me. So basically, at any point during your account, you can go ahead and you can request me to go through and like dissect the data that's in your account, and we can go and I can share what's working in your account, what's not working, who are the people. It's all stuff that you already have, but I'm going to really be teaching you how to like look at all that data inside of your account and kind of like give you the insights that we're looking for. So people have already seen some really big benefits from that. We've been doing this for a little bit, and it's just great. And then the other thing is the AHA strategy. So this is where you'll actually get access to Aaron, our CEO, and brains behind all the strategy stuff. And I said you can read about the details of that here too. So this is going to be something where you can really brainstorm your ideas to get that cash flow going with Aaron. So Ginger, to answer your question, this isn't like a Founding 100 exactly, but this is going to be something very much along the lines of like you get lifetime access, you'll never have to pay for MemberVault again, and you'll get access to our team to help you really plan stuff out and get stuff going. So that's the special offer that we wanted to kind of share here as well. So yes, that's what we're doing to celebrate all of this. Let me see if there's any other questions too. Sidebar. Okay. So yes, Sonas, this is a great question. Oh, that's weird. That's not what I clicked on. All right, we will close that. Oh, here we go. Yes, if I haven't set up my MemberVault site yet, should I be waiting for the new design? The answer is no. You can absolutely set up your account now. I mentioned it a few times in here. When this rolls out live, you're literally going to be able to test it, the new URL, and be able to see it. Everything's going to move over seamlessly. We're going to move over as much branding as we possibly can. There's just going to be more options, right? So like things like this welcome module, they don't exist in the current design. So obviously we can't move that over from the current design. But it will just hide that section, right? But your products are going to be the same, right? Your products are going to be laid out the same, and they're going to work the same. The difference is that when we roll over to this new design, the UI will be different. It'll look a lot better. But other than that, it's the same. So my advice is don't wait to get started. Absolutely start putting your content in there. And everything will automatically roll over to the new layout and design. And you'll just be able to kind of tweak things as it goes. Once the new design lands, right, you'll be able to add more flair if you want to. But don't let that stop you from putting content in there. I urge you. Even the design as it is right now, people are doing very, very well with the design right now. So don't let it hold on to you. All right. Let's see. Okay, Tori asks, how much time will we have to transition to play with the new look before transitioning over? Good question, Tori. So it's going to be a slow rollout, right? So we're going to roll out like basically, like I said, currently you have /teaser and /user, the links that you share for the user-facing stuff. we're going to slowly be moving that over to /products, right? So the user and teaser are being combined into one link that's products, and that new product link will be this new design, right? And so we're going to slowly be moving people automatically over to that, as far as like, if they log in from the login page, or if they click on like, view the marketplace or whatever. And also when you go to share links, we're going to make those more prominent. But we're going to allow your old links to live side by side for quite some time. So I don't know, we're going to do like a month, 2 months. I know with Actions, I think we did 2 months of the old tagging before we kind of like forced everyone over. And at that point, what we're going to do is we're just going to redirect any user and teaser links over to the new product links. So even people that have old bookmarked links aren't going to get errors when they go to it, right? They're just going to be redirected to the new thing. So we're going to make this seamless. We're going to make this easy, but we're also going to honor the fact that like some people are going to need a little time to play with the new design, and especially if they had custom CSS or anything like that to do that. So yay for lifetime membership. Yay for bonuses end of the year. Okay, yeah, so Sarah asked, do those bonuses have to be used by the end of the year, or can you use them later? Good question. Those bonuses are good. You don't have to use them by the end of the year. Especially like the data decode and stuff like that. Like, you might not have enough information in your account yet to do that. So, not when you purchase it. And again, the whole point of this is that like we're going ahead and we're trying to like raise excitement and buzz around this. And so we wanted to roll out some other bonuses as well. And again, we're going to be rolling into the new year, doing even more tweaks, investing more into the back end and the framework and the design too. So yes, those designs will be ready for you when you want to use them. Okay, even for the founding members. Yeah, Jesse, well, the great thing for the current founding members is you guys still have lifetime everything. You still never have to pay anything. You guys went through of the accelerator, so they went ahead and got that, and yeah, by all means, use those things. And if you're a founder member and you haven't done a data decode with me, you can absolutely still request that as well. Cool. So yes, just really excitement here. The new URL, Eric, I don't know if you want to listen back to that, but the new URL, basically, I don't want to scare anybody here. It's just a matter of currently when you share a link with somebody, right, you'll say, is it a teaser link or a user link? That's going to change, and we're just going to have one link. It'll make sense once you see it. It's how we would build it if we were building it from scratch now, right? We had the issue of like we had logged in users get one link and public users get another link, and that's just silly, Eric. So that's why we're changing it to just one link, right? So it won't be like your account /teaser, it'll be your account /, right? And that will be the same link if you're logged in or logged in. So I think that's going to work really, really, really well. So cool, great. Is there any other questions? We're wrapping up. We're coming right up on an hour. I know that we talked about a lot of things. If you're watching this on the replay, by all means, please leave comments. We're going to answer questions as they're coming along. Again, we want you to be involved in this process too. So if you're looking through these designs and you're checking stuff out and you say, what about XYZ? Ask it, right? So we don't claim to be perfect. We have done quite a bit of work to get here, but it's always possible that we've missed something or that we haven't considered something. So by all means, reach out with those concerns and questions. We'll go ahead and answer them. And again, remember, from this day until December 31st, the lifetime deal with those bonuses exists as well. So, yeah. Thank you. Elisa asked, how can we access the offer for the 250,000 members? So thank you. I'm terrible at the sales stuff, right? So basically, you go to membervault.co/go lifetime. It's also in your MemberVault account, right? So if you go to your MemberVault account and you go to plans, you'll see the lifetime there. You can also go to membervault.co/go lifetime, which will bring you right to the product. If you're logged into our MemberVault, you'll see it here. And again, if you are in as a user, right? Logged in as a into your account, you can click up on the profile. Let me see. All right, there we go. You can click up on the profile and do account plans, and then we have lifetime right here. So that link right there will be our lifetime plan as well. And again, if you're currently on like a monthly base or an annual, you can absolutely jump up to that. And we have coupon codes too. I forget. Yes, reach out. We have coupon codes. So like if you had recently bought annual, we can go ahead and give you a discount on the lifetime to make sure that you're not wasting any money there too. So accounts can jump up to that as well. So great. Yep. Thank you, Kronda. Yes, so the video will be up for a while. Rob asked if this video is going to be up for a while. We have no intentions of bringing this video down. Please go ahead, share it, keep it up. Like, we're not going to kill it anytime soon. We will absolutely do another video when we are ready to roll this out and it's ready to kind of start playing with. I know several of you have expressed interest in being betas. So yes, as soon as we can get it in your hands to play with, we're going to do exactly that. And again, we're going to build some buzz around this. We're going to do some trainings around this. And Aaron has some exciting things for the holidays to roll out, and events and stuff like that. So yes, I need more coffee and my voice is starting to hurt. Thank you everyone who showed up live, and thank you everyone who's watching as a replay. This is really huge. I'm so excited to roll this out. This has been just amazing. I'm just so excited to roll this out to everybody. And yes, if you have any questions, let us know. And yeah, we will see you.